Welcome to Mount Union's portion of the Game 5 post-game press conference. Coach, I'll open it up to you for your opening statements.
Okay. I want to talk about today's game first, and then I'll talk a little bit about the season as a whole. We can talk about that a little bit later. Today's game was tough. We got down early, but I never doubted that we would make a game of it or put ourselves in a position to win the game. And that's a reflection on all these guys up here and the rest of the squad. These are the leaders, and they basically kept us going in the right direction as it relates to things I don't know about and challenging guys to make sure they're doing the things they need to do to get ready. So, but it was just a game that we got down, and we battled back, and then they kind of stretched it out a little bit, but I just knew that last inning we were going to be right there. I just knew that this is not going to go away until they closed the door on us. So I was real pleased with and proud of what we accomplished today, and I'll let them talk about
it. We just fought to the end, and it's really
My first question for you guys, I'm going to go with the players here. Just kind of reflect on your time here at Mount Union. Obviously today did not go the way you wanted to, but you guys had a lot of great plays and a lot of great memories, I'm sure, as a part of this team.
Yeah, it didn't go the way we wanted to, but can't take away anything we've done from this season. I mean, first NCAA tournament win, best 4 years of my life easily. The people, the coaches, I mean, great relationships that I'll never forget.
Yeah, it's been the best time I've ever had playing baseball, and I think it's because of the guys on the team, and I love them all.
I think it's just really hard to look back, and I remember when I first stepped foot on campus 5 years ago. I think the second I stepped foot on this campus, I knew this is where God wanted me to be at, and it's been the best decision of my life, and I just wouldn't regret it. I wouldn't change anything. It's been a great ride.
Coach, I'll toss it back to you. You said in your opening statement you knew your guys would never go away in a game like this. Just talk about what that says about the resilience of this group. After being down big early, they made this, as you said, a really good game.
Yeah, I think it's a reflection of our season as a whole. We started out in Florida early, and I think we were at 1.5-6. And then after that, we won 13 straight games. And that's the reason I still have this white stuff on my face because of that. So they're now calling me Santa Claus, I guess, or whatever that is. But, and I think we just grew and continue to grow. The next thing you know, we're 15-3 in our regular season. We win a championship, and then we put ourselves in a position to be the number 1 seed in the OACs. And that was kind of a learning experience to us. We've never been there before. This group hasn't been. And so as a result, when you get into a new environment and stuff, I think you're not really sure what's going on, but that helped prepare us for this tournament here.
Going back to the players, once again, as you guys finally end your careers as Purple Raiders, what would your message be to a potential player coming in? What is your pitch to them to get them here to play baseball for Mount Union?
I would say that this is the right decision, and you're going to have the most fun playing baseball here over any other school, and you wouldn't trade this experience for anything.
Just say stick through the hard times. Sometimes it gets tough. It gets agonizing. I mean, 6 a.m. lifts, 10 p.m. practice on the same day. It's all worth it. It really is. You see with Coach Hesse, we just buy into his messages and what he has to say, and it's really just about being a team and being together for everyone.
If I'm being completely honest, baseball is kind of just the cherry on top. I think the biggest thing for me the past 5 years has just been the relationships and all the memories we've had. I mean, at the end of the day, the numbers don't matter, the stats, the wins, even the trophies, none of that matters. It's always been about us, and it's always been about the team, and I just want to trade that for the world. I think this is a brotherhood that was never really going to go away. I think we're going to be best friends for life after this, and baseball is just the thing that we use to escape, but I think the relationships we built with each other was more powerful than anything. So.
My final question is for you, Coach. Looking at next year a little bit, I'm sure you're going to take some time to reflect on this season as a whole, a historic year for you guys. Just talk about your thoughts heading into next year. You have a strong recruiting class coming in, and as usual for you guys, a strong Northeast Ohio influence.
Well, let me go back to our accomplishments this year. And there's people that have seen our success and now they want to be a part of that, or they've gotten to know some of these players through their visits and stuff. But they've set a new standard. And as a result, it's just like in football. Larry Karras set a standard for football. Okay, and I got to be a part of that for a couple of years as his assistant coach. But, because of that, anybody that comes in, that expectation, that effort, that work ethic, the commitment level, everything has been taken to a greater standard. When I first came here in '93 as an assistant coach, we had a lot of work to do. And then when I became the head coach, it was a work in progress. It was kind of up and down a little bit. And these guys have set that standard a lot higher. A lot of people would say Marietta College in baseball was the standard. Well, I think we've gotten there. Now we have to maintain it and get better.
Gentlemen, thank you. I will now open up the floor for any further questions.
Coach, I'll throw out this one about today's game. Could you speak a little bit about the job Ty Dennison did, who really kept you in the game?
Well, it's funny. We have these young guys that are in the periphery, that have gotten opportunities and stuff, whether it's on sub-varsity or varsity throughout the year. And some of these guys have grown. That's the best I've seen Ty. We've seen the talent, the ability, but the mental toughness and the confidence in himself and being able to execute his pitches and do the things he needed to do. And he really shined today. I was really, really excited about that going forward. I think these guys will attest to that. That's what you need to have for winners. We had two other guys, you have three guys, Lehman, who had some injury issues this year, and that kind of took him out of the mix maybe all the time with the pitching part. You saw his gutsy performance earlier today. And then obviously you see with Mr. Breeden and and Hanson, they've done a great job, and they were up and down a little bit, because all of a sudden everybody knows who you are, and it's harder, as it relates to that. So I'm excited about our future as it relates to some of these young guys. Obviously, we've got to mold and figure out decisions going forward on who comes in, and hopefully they'll buy into what we're doing here.
Question for you three. Making Mount Union history, first NCAA win earlier today. Feels like forever ago. I feel like that game was played last week at this point. Can you guys just talk about that, making history for Mount Union and setting that new standard for this team?
Yeah, it was great. Anytime you can do something nobody else has done, it's amazing. And this group has been special all year.
Yeah, we knew we were capable of this as soon as we walked on campus. As soon as my freshman year, we started playing, and we just bonded together. We called our JV team the Sluggers, and we couldn't be beat. And we just knew from that moment we were the team to be. We could be the team that everyone wanted to be. And getting that first NCAA win in the tournament, I think is amazing. But we want Mount Union to be better. We want someone else to make the Super Regional, make the World Series, and possibly win it all. So it's nice to get that win, but we obviously want to see Mount Union succeed.
Like what Steg said, I think that we just were such a close-knit team. Anything that happened, all the good and bad, we were just in it together. To be honest, it honestly doesn't really feel real right now. I don't think even us as a team have realized what we've done yet, so it's definitely going to take some time to reflect and everything. But I think it's going to be really nice to look back in 5 to 10 years and see the success that this program has, and it's definitely nice to know that we've had a small little touch on the cultures here, and hopefully it just keeps going in the right positive direction.
And then my last question for all four of you, you guys can all kind of touch on it, is kind of the family aspect of this team. So Coach Dougie went to Akron, came back for you guys. Coach Notter is always on this field. I swear I heard about 5 people say this field looks amazing. Like I know how much he works out there. And then also talk about Daniel Tome's little brother. He's the bad boy for you guys, but he's always running, getting everything. Just kind of talk about the family aspect of you guys here.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the staff we have here does a lot behind the scenes that an average fan wouldn't really recognize. You know, Coach Doug, every single day is dedicating every single ounce of effort he has into us. And, you know, especially Coach Hesse, I mean, he's dedicated his life to Mount Union baseball. Coach Knott, Coach V, even, you know, little bad boy. You know, they're all really important parts of our team. And, you know, we wouldn't really be here today if it wasn't for them. So I don't think we appreciate them enough, honestly, but, you know, without them, we would not be here, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, going back to Coach Doug taking that coaching opportunity at Akron, I think it was a learning experience for him. I thought it was a great opportunity. We all backed him. We all thought it was going to be special for him, and the fact that he came back and wanted to be back with us, I thought he brought a lot of new coaching habits with him that helped us succeed. And Coach Knott obviously works really hard just on hitting, and even on the field. It looked amazing this past weekend. And yeah, I think we all just come together, we're accepting. I think everyone can just be who they actually are, and that's why we get along so well, and it's why we call each other family.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's with each other every single day, and they put in so much effort, so it's going to be sad to leave. Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much it. It's sad to leave.
You know, thing that to go back to Coach Douglas going to Akron, it was a benefit. And I'm not saying it because it was a benefit because he left us, because I told him that if that's an opportunity, he needs to take it. You know, I'm not going to get in the way of someone's career and whatever. But as a result of that, I hired another coach, Coach Ventura, and who has been with us, and he has a full-time job, and he has a baseball school and everything else, but he makes the commitment. He has a son at home who's going to be going into high school. So he's bought in, and he's stuck with us when Coach Douglas came back. And so that kind of tells you what kind of culture we have here as it relates to people who want to be a part of it, you know, and are willing to stay and do those type of things. I've had, you know, I reflect back at the times when I was assistant coach and everything, and I think it's special if you have special people there and people that are very receptive to what you're bringing, and they want to be a part of that, you know.
So I recently wrote an article about the 1970 OAC tournament title team here at Mount Union. It was the first in program history. And it was interesting. Honestly, I'd say 99% of what they talked about were the trips, were the coaches, and how, you know, they're like 80 years old now, and they're talking about the impact their coaches had on them. You know, you talk about the brotherhood, and you touched upon the coaches, but what has this man right here, you know, the OAC Coach of the Year, you know, impact on you that's going to last for a lifetime?
Yeah, I mean, he puts in so much time and effort, and it was nice to see the success this year with how much he puts in, how much he loves the game, and just how much he pushes us to be better each and every day, and honestly just how to treat people in everyday life.
Yeah, with Coach Hesse, it's a lot more than just baseball. He's been like a father to me, really. Just opened doors for me in ways I could never have imagined. Giving me opportunities outside of just baseball, even in baseball, just believing in me, coaching me. Just everything he's done has been a shining light onto my life, and I'm really appreciative to that.
Yeah, I mean, I think Coach Hesse's been aging in reverse, honestly, because I mean, the amount of effort and the amount of time he puts in this program, I mean, we can't even understand what he's done for all of us. You know, it's never really been about baseball. It was always about molding us as young men moving forward in life before the game. So, you know, when you have someone like that who is giving it all to you, you know, it's pretty easy to go out there on the field and just give it your all for him, and, you know, go out there every time and just try to win it for him. So, I mean, he's been, you know, just the ultimate influence for every single person on the team. I think we all would agree with that.
That will do it for Mount Union's post-game interview. Gentlemen, thank you. Best of luck in your next endeavors.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.